Hello, and thank you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City. I'm Courtney Bloomer here in our studios at the Brewery Arts Center with this week's guest, Nicki Aaker, the Director of Carson City Health and Human Services. Nicki, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to present what we're doing at the health department.
The health department has a lot of exciting things going on, and people may not know the wide range of services that the health department here in Carson City offers to the community. Why don't you talk a little bit about some of the different programs that are going on right now?
Well, the different programs we have going on, we have our clinic that does a lot of women's health, some men's health. We do a lot of immunizations, which this week we were involved with the back to school immunizations. And we always have a clinic on Thursdays for anybody that wants to come in and get immunizations, children and adults. And we also do some well baby checks. We also, at the health department, we have our environmental health, which goes out and does restaurant inspections. We do pool inspections. And we have got our human services department, which has a number of different services for individuals within the community that need some additional help and or resources to help them out. We also have our public health preparedness division, and within that division we're preparing the community in case there is some sort of a natural disaster or a disease that
and some people in the community might be familiar with that division because of the annual drive-through flu clinic, which has become a little bit famous.
Correct. Correct. And that actually is an exercise, and it is it's an exercise that we use to see how efficient we can get vaccinations or medications out to the community if there's ever a need. Now, we have done that for 11 years. However, that is subsiding somewhat. We're not going to be able to do it this year. Some of the funding that has came from the federal government to provide the vaccinations for that program are no longer available.
That's sort of winding down, but flu shots will still be available in the community.
Correct. We will have, there's a number of opportunities to get flu shots. You've got your local doctor, you've got the pharmacies in town, and of course the local health department. Like I was talking, we give immunizations on Thursdays, and you can also come get them anytime during the week. Your wait time just may be a little bit longer. Also, talking about flu shots, we're going to be starting with doing the flu shots in the schools again. And so that's an opportunity to get your children immunized, and watch for the paperwork to come out.
So that'll be in Peaches.
Correct.
And the parents in our community can keep an eye out for that and get your child's flu shot done at school. You don't even have to take time off to take them to the doctor or anything.
Correct. Yep. So watch for the paperwork to complete. We do take insurance, so that makes it easier for individuals, and it's a good service to the community.
So a number of divisions there, the clinic, and you mentioned human services and environmental health and preparedness. Is that it?
No, we also have our chronic disease prevention and health promotion division, and within that division there's a lot of different activities going on. We've got our adolescent sexual health programs where we take out programs that are talking about how to prevent sexually transmitted disease, prevent teenage pregnancy, and there's two different levels of that program, but those go out to different venues. So, and we're in the process of looking for new venues for that program. So if anybody in the community has an idea, just let us know.
So when you say venues, just so folks in the community know, I mean, maybe they do have an appropriate thing. What kind of places are you looking for?
We've been to different schools. We've went to Silver State Charter School. We're trying to get into a school in Story County. So we're looking for those types of programs, or different programs where you've got that teenage population.
So maybe
that is
a Boy or Girl Scout organization, or the Boys and Girls Club, those sorts of environments.
Correct. We're open to any different possibility. So,
and those programs are directed at
teenage, yes, they're evidence-based programs. So it's very guided in what curriculum we give the children. So.
And people can check out that curriculum as well if they want to learn more about it before they bring it to their organization.
Of course, yes. So, and some other activities within that same division, we've got our tobacco prevention, and we right now are very involved with promoting Nevada's Quitline, so it's 1-800-QUIT-NOW. And we've been working with local physicians and the hospital to get that information out, to educate the, like I said, the physicians and healthcare professionals on what the program is, what it offers to individuals that want to quit smoking. And again, that's the number for that is 1-800-QUIT-NOW. And some other programs we've got within the chronic disease division, we have got our HIV prevention and treatment adherence. Prevention, of course, is prevention activities that prevent individuals from getting HIV. And then our treatment adherence is those individuals that have HIV, getting them back on their medications. We also have our Safe Routes to School program. And that program is very active with the schools in the community on providing safe alternative or safe routes to get to school, how to get to school safely, bicycle safety. We've got an excellent bicycle safety program that goes out, and it's like a bike rodeo. And so the kids have a lot of fun in participating and learning about bike safety. Up and coming, we're collaborating with the library to bring Ride for Reading back to the kids within the Carson City School.
And Ride for Reading is an event that is coming up, and the community can be involved in that too as well.
Correct. We're always looking for individuals that want to ride their bikes to different schools and take books to the kids. And the kids love the activity. They love to get the books.
Lots of fun for kids. And that event is promoting bike safety and also literacy, which is such an important skill for these kids.
Correct. And so that's coming up. Nevada Moves Day is coming up. So there's a lot of exciting different activities that are within that program.
So the health department, I think a lot of people have the impression that the health department is maybe just the clinic, and that it's there, you can go get immunizations, or, some people might be aware of the women's health services that the health department offers, but they probably don't know of all these other programs that Carson City Health and Human Services is offering.
Correct. Yeah,
So
we do a lot over there.
Thank you for coming today to tell us about all of those things. Some other important things are happening at the health department now with regards to health accreditation. This is a new thing that's happening, and what does that mean for the health department and for Carson City?
Okay, so it's what it is. It's public health accreditation, and Carson City Health and Human Services is leading Nevada's efforts towards accreditation. What accreditation is, it's a voluntary program, and it is measuring a health department against national standards. So it's looking at that quality improvement and providing good service, being able to evaluate that service, and again, like I said, providing that quality programs out to the community. And so we submitted our documentation in May of 2015, so this year. But leading up to that, what we have done is a community health assessment, which was done and approved in 2012. Actually, it was done a lot prior to that, but it was approved in 2012. And so that's looking at the community, what is the health of the community, and what are your gaps that need to be addressed and looked at. And from that community health assessment, the health department, they produce their community health improvement plan. So how are they looking at these gaps, and how are they going to address them to make our community healthier? So, and then leading from that community health improvement plan, we have our strategic plan there at the health department that guides those efforts on improving that service.
Now, this sounds like a lot of work that has been done at the health department to make this happen. You mentioned that the accreditation process is voluntary. Why does the health department want to do this?
We want to do it because we feel that we have got quality programs. We want to make sure that we've got quality programs, and we want to measure ourselves against those national standards. And there hasn't been any real hard, fast rule saying that because you're accredited, you're going to get additional funding or be able to get funding. Let me just back up a little bit. The health department is heavily grant funded. We're probably about 60% grant funded. So, but we're looking at how the CDC is aligning some of the grant deliverables, and what we're seeing is that some of the grant deliverables are lining up with the standards through accreditation. So by meeting those standards of accreditation, we're kind of seeing the writing on the wall and seeing that that may help with providing quality grant deliverables.
So this work that's being done now could have an impact on future funding and future programs that are going to be available for residents here in Carson City through the health department.
Yes, it could. Yes.
So you mentioned this community health improvement plan. That's been an ongoing thing. The community has been involved in that. By definition, it's a community health improvement plan. Talk a little bit about some of the partners or what people might do if they have suggestions for future community health improvement plans.
Okay, well, some of our partners that we've been working with the hospital, we've been working with FISH, we work with Partnership Carson City. We're trying to get additional partners to work on different initiatives, one being oral health. We have seen a gap with oral health, and we're trying to get a partner to work with within that arena. And we would love to work with any partners within Carson City that would help us on these initiatives and help make Carson City healthier.
So moving forward with closing some of those gaps that have been identified through this process. So the community health assessment and the community health improvement plan, you mentioned those came about in 2012.
Correct.
How long is that good for? You know, several years ago, this was what we needed. Are we going to reevaluate that?
It's a very good question, and we're in the process right now. We do need to look at our community health assessment, and then from that develop a community health improvement plan. And the hospital also has to do a community health assessment, and it just happens that we're about on the same cycle with that right now. So we are in talks right now of collaborating with the hospital and doing another community health assessment, and it needs to be done in 2017. So we're already starting those talks and starting the planning of getting that process in motion and getting that assessment done again.
Excellent. And people who have these organizations around the community, you mentioned oral health, but I took a look at that document. Obesity is one of the concerns that's addressed in there, diabetes, smoking, mental health issues. So people who have a wide range of interests in health could come and contribute to this.
Yes, they could come, and we encourage them to come. We want everybody's input on this, and that's what, it's a community health assessment. So it's looking at the entire community, and anybody that has any input into that, we welcome their participation.
And who should they get in touch with if they want to be involved or if they have something that they'd like to share?
I would encourage them to call the health department. Let them know, let the receptionists know that you're interested in the community health assessment, and you can call the health department at 887-2190. And we will get in contact with you and we'll gladly partner.
Fantastic. So I just want to loop back a little bit just to let the community know some more of different methods that they can get in touch with the health department, because some people might not know where the health department is, or how to make an appointment at the health department, or how to find out what's going on at the health department. Let's talk about that for a minute. Where is the health department located?
It's located at 900 East Long Street. We're right next door to the Senior Center.
So it is on Long Street, just east of Roop Street.
Correct.
Very easy to find,
Yep.
centrally located.
Yep.
And people can come there to access, of course, the clinic services, but also you mentioned some of the different programs that Human Services has.
Yeah. One program I failed to mention is we have a WIC clinic there, which is the Women, Infants, and Children program. And that's a federally funded program that helps with nutrition. And so we do have a clinic right there at the health department.
So people can come and access WIC, that's pregnant and nursing mothers and young children.
Correct.
Can come and access those services. The health department has the workforce development program
Right.
also going on, that people can come there to access that. So all of that is located at the facility on Long Street.
Correct.
People don't always need to stop in. How can they find out what's going on? If you just want to stay up to date and get updates from the health department, where could you get that information?
You can look at our website. It's www.gethealthycarsoncity.org, and we update that with current events. And so that's a good resource. And also we post on Facebook, and there is some Twittering that's going out too. So
Active on social media.
Uh-huh.
Excellent. Very progressive.
Yep, so there's some different avenues to just look and see what we're up to and what's available for you.
And people might want to follow the health department on social media, because that is an avenue where they can find out about some of these things that are happening, the school immunizations that you mentioned earlier. And with the preparedness division, it's a good resource if the community did have an emergency, to be able to get up-to-date information right there on the health department's social media and web platforms.
Correct. Correct. Yeah, those are all good avenues to find out what's going on. And especially in the event if there were an emergency, that would be, social media is going to be the place to watch for that.
And a trusted source for what's really going on.
Exactly. Exactly.
Fantastic. Well, Nicki, thank you so much for coming today and talking with us here on It's Your City. I know that I learned a lot about the health department, and I'm sure that our viewers did too. Such a great range of services, and people really probably don't understand that all these things are going on, and they're going on right here at Carson City Health and Human Services.
Correct.
So thanks so much for coming and telling us all about it. And thanks to all of you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City. I'm Cortney Bloomer. We'll see you next week.